Okay, how are my dear students? Hello and welcome to everyone in your SST class. Your SST teacher Himanshu Vats. In fact, I will be just giving a video explanation. Maybe your other part of your subject would be done by my colleagues, my other teachers, those who will be dealing your notes and well, all those things. Okay, so today we will take your another chapter of geography that comes just after the chapter of maps, that is major domains of the earth. Okay, see dear students, whenever you see such big words, I think if I just split this topic of chapter into different categories. Major is a word that is very common to you. Major means something very important. Earth, our globe. These are just supporting articles and things which are part of English grammar. Now, what actually does this means? Domains. What are the constraint of domains? You have no need to fear about this word at all. See, whatever we are listening about our globe, right from class third, fourth, fifth, only I am going to elaborate those things into a detailed manner. Okay, we are not going to learn anything new. Ki I will pluck something from the other planet, from Mars or Jupiter, and I will teach to you. It's not a rocket science. It's just a simple explanation of how does our Earth is made up of. Means what are all the things that which makes our globe. See, you might have heard about the name of seas, oceans, okay, huge mountains, countries, lakes, rivers, continent through different resources. Maybe through your general knowledge, through your geography knowledge, or while you would be seeing watching a Discovery Channel or any informative YouTube. Okay, so I just want to link those all your knowledge, whatever you have in your brain right now, with this particular chapter. Okay, so no need to fear about this word domain. What does this domain mean? Domains means ranges. That what are the ranges where our earth varies from which lower line to which higher line. Okay, see, as you know, our earth is round in shape, to be speaking in a larger scenario. Okay, and most of the part of the earth is covered with what? Water. It's covered with water. Okay, then if suppose in a round vessel I keep on filling water again and again, and water comes to a particular height. Okay, listen to me carefully what I'm trying to say. And if I leave five you say any metal object, yeah, any plastic object on it, five different objects, and I leave them floating on that water, what will they do? Either they will be floating on that water separately, or after some time they will be trying to uh, touch with each other. Okay, so what are those things? Those typical bodies, they are what they are called, they are land. Okay, land that is available on the earth, that you can term as what? Continents. Okay, that is termed as continents. Water, the water bodies, they are termed as what? Oceans. Fine. So this chapter contains about the knowledge of your oceans, about your continents, and few more things. Of course, our atmosphere, the air which we breathe. That if we move towards the sky, what are the different layers of air, and what all is happening above us, okay, at a particular height, है ना? How the life is possible, what is the speciality of our atmosphere? As you might be knowing that every planet is having a different type of gases above us, and we are very lucky to have which gas? Yeah, oxygen in our atmosphere. So we will go through all these things in our chapter. So first thing that we will be covering is what? Lithosphere. Okay. So what does this lithosphere say? It's mentioned on your chapter also. Lithosphere is a word that is being somewhat derived from the word land. Okay, derived from the word land. So lithosphere is that particular solid part of the earth where means which is away from the water. Okay, which is away from the main ocean bodies on which we can stand, like the deserts. They are the part of lithosphere. All our greenery, all our forests, all our mountains, all our rocky plains. Okay, these are the part of what? Lithosphere. So, in the lithosphere, the major things that we have to cover is what? Continents. And I know many of you might have started recalling the name of continents in your own way. So, my dear students, which is the largest continent? Yeah, of course, I can't hear you, but I can feel you that you most of you would be naming it as Asia. And luckily, Asia is the continent where we live. Okay, so Asia is the largest continent of the world. And dear students, which is the smallest continent of the world? It also starts with A. Yeah, it's somewhere here. That is Australia. Okay, then there is uh, two huge continents in this side of the earth. If you see it on the world map, okay, this one, Asia is somewhere this way, okay, and sorry, I have made it a bit large. There's one more continent which is almost joined with Asia, somewhere you can say in this part, fine. Then one continent is this way, okay. Firstly, I will be talking about those continents which are inhabited, okay, where the conditions are there where human being can live. This one, as it lies in the northern hemisphere of the world, this is North America. This one, it's South America. This continent here, it's a land, it's also called as the dark continent. It's a land of huge wild diversity. Africa, this is Australia, and this is, of course, Asia and Europe. Sometimes we combined it and called it as what? Eurasia. Okay, so these are the continents which are inhabited by the human beings. There is one more continent, that is a white continent shown in white color just bottom here. If you can see, my camera can show you, this is the this way, this part, the southernmost tip of the world. If you see on a flat map, that is what? Antarctica. And life is almost zero over there because it's frozen by what? Ice. Okay, so whenever we discuss in case of countries, okay, if we discuss a world in a broader way, we usually evict this continent, though it's a part of our globe system as per our geography. Okay, now moving, you can see this continent well labeled. in your book as well. All the continents are shown in figure number, it's 5.1, page number 31. These are shown here in different colors. Okay, I have given a activity also in your lesson notebook that you have to draw this map and paste it in your notebook. Fine. Acha. Now you can go through the chapter, you can read what are the specialities about these continents. In the major way we have discussed, North America, South America are very minutely connected with the thin landmass. Australia is entirely an isolated continent. It has water bodies around it, all the four sides. Asia and Africa are somewhat mixed to each, sorry, Asia and Europe are somewhat mixed to each other. Here lies Africa, okay, and in between these continent is what? Water bodies, means the oceans of the world. Now let's move to our next big topic of this chapter. See, guys, you might be surprised. Yeah, maybe some of you might be knowing that our Earth is of which color? If we see our Earth from space, it looks to us in which color? Yeah, sky blue color. Yeah, blue color. Okay, that is because of the oceans, the huge water bodies that our planet is having. You will be surprised to know that if I count all the oceans all the continents collectively, even the biggest continent of the world is very much smaller than the biggest ocean of the world. Okay, and can you recall the name of the oceans which you might have studied? We will recall it on the board. Meanwhile, you can memorize. See, as far as the continent is what we say, yeah, oceans are concerned, the biggest ocean that is covering almost more than one third part of the earth is what? Pacific Ocean. It's really huge, and it has two parts. It's North Pacific and South Pacific. Okay, it is in the northern hemisphere also, and it is in the southern hemisphere also. It's so huge. Fine. Pacific Ocean. Then after that we have different names. One ocean just lie below the tip of India. What is the name? It's what? Indian Ocean. Arctic Ocean. What else? Antarctic Ocean. Atlantic. Yes, of course. This one is Atlantic. If the board is not visible, since I'm using a colored chalk, it's Atlantic Ocean. Okay, Atlantic. Okay, just I will be just putting the numbers so that you guys can somewhat. Okay, now we have to take a step back before entering into these oceans. See, what does ocean contains? They contains, of course, what? Water. And water is made up of by which two basic elements? It's H2O. H stands for what? Hydrogen, and O stands for oxygen. This H stands for what? Hydrogen. Okay, so water has two molecules of hydrogen in it. Fine. So this hydro word depicts what? Hydro means, when we learn geography, hydro means water. That's why this entire thing of the world, this entire area, wherever we find and fetch water, it is termed as what? Hydrosphere. Okay, and it covers the maximum part of Earth. You will be surprised to know much of the Earth is covered with water, either in liquid form or in a frozen ice form. There are like glaciers on the Himalayas. There are snow that are in the frozen form. Okay, okay. Let's proceed ahead. Apart from oceans, there are seas. Sorry, there are rivers. There are lakes. Okay, so more or less, though these are found connected to land, so this can be termed as both as a water resource as well as a land resource. Where the rivers have been dried up, they are now serving as a part of what? Lithosphere, and where they are still generating water, they can be considered in both ways. Okay, chalo. Now we have discussed about land, we have discussed about water. Now the third thing which gives us life is what? Air. Okay, why life is possible on the earth? Because of two major things, that is air and water. Water we have already discussed. In air, it's not just a simple air, it's just because of what? Oxygen gas, because of which we are able to survive. And of course, we need land to live. So, on the earth, the land is suitable for us to live. It's neither too hot or neither too cold. So, land, air, and water, this becomes three basic lifeline for us to survive on earth. Fine. So, let's study about this atmosphere also. What all things are there to be covered? Atmosphere. I will just write the names of the layers. Okay. See, if suppose this is the Earth's surface, okay, Earth's surface, the topmost layer, which is just above our head, okay, which we can see easily where we are living in, that is called as what? Troposphere. Fine. Then about to troposphere, as your book says, that is what? Stratosphere. Okay, stratosphere, where the, sorry, where the activities like uh, aeroplanes fly into air, air balloons are there. Okay, other activities. Sorry, these aeroplanes, the high flying aeroplanes, those who are carrying satellites in it, okay, they fly up to that extent. Otherwise, the low flying aircrafts fly in this particular layer only. Okay, then this, in this particular layer there are some activities like meteoroids and all, this happens in this particular layer. Then what is just above this, above stratosphere, as per your book, I request you just keep the books in front of you, so that if at all your the names are not visible to you, you can just side by side confirming it from your book. Fine, so that you might not get confused and you can uh, know how to spell the names also. Okay, this one was troposphere, stratosphere. Okay, the next one, as per your book says, is mesosphere. Mesosphere. Then it's thermosphere and exosphere. thermosphere. It's not visible, so I will have to use a white chalk. Thermosphere and exosphere. So in this way, from top to down, these layers are there: troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and exosphere. Okay, so though our sky is endless, but we have remarked these layers by what? Different kilometer intervals. Okay, and as far as the air is concerned, we have a composition of air that is what? It's around how much? Near about, you can say 21% of oxygen is there. Okay, 78% of what? Nitrogen is there. Why so much huge quantity of nitrogen? How does it help out? See, nitrogen is very helpful in our existence of plant life as well, to maintain a air cycle, to maintain a balance in the atmosphere. Okay, and then there are other rare gases like carbon dioxide is there, helium is there in a very low quantity, maybe 0.1%, 0.001%, because you can see 78 and 21 comes how much? It's about 99% comes from here only. So rest all the gases are hardly 1% of entire atmosphere. Okay, now the last topic of this chapter to cover is bio. I am just writing three words. Okay, I'm not writing the full name. What does bio means? We have heard bio as the name of a subject, biology. So what does biology means? What does biology deals with? Biology is a what? Life science. It's a life science. And what does life means? Life is a study of what? Living things. It's a study of living things. Okay. So, my dear students, it's as simple to understand. Biosphere is a place on the earth where living things can live. Now, you have to understand this in more broader way, not just like a uh, human beings which always keeps thinking of their own. Okay, for this you have to be bit at a thinking at a bigger heart. Fine. See, as far as the living things are concerned, we will just write two, three types of habitats and categories. Okay, like human beings, animals, plants, and one more thing, that is aquatic life. Aquatic life. So wherever these four categories sustains on the earth: human beings, animals, plants, aquatic life, that is called as biospheres. Human beings, of course, they live on earth. Animals, yeah, if I keep them away from this category, then animals live on earth only. Plants, they are found both on the land, under the water, and on the mountains also. On the mountain also, it is considered on the earth only. Okay. Aquatic life. Aquatic life is a huge part of living thing. Okay. And that is found where? In the oceans. Your fishes, your all marine life. Okay. So biosphere, again, please, children, do not get confused. Biosphere is a place where the living things exist, and it can be above water, underwater, on the land, on the mountains, anywhere. If some of you might have a tricky question in your mind, you may keep on having a small curiosity. Sir, birds usually spend their life flying in the air. Why don't we count air also a part of biosphere? Okay. See, air is not directly a home to any living thing, but air plays a role for a living thing to survive. That's why we have discussed atmosphere in it. Okay. So I hope things are pretty well and you have understood these huge terms. I will repeat it again. What we have covered in this chapter, it's what? Lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, and biosphere. These four things, which are mandatory for life. Three things: land, air, and water. Lithosphere, air, atmosphere, water, hydrosphere. And by the combination of those things, we have these living things in this different form that are called as biosphere. Okay, so I expect you to have a thorough reading of the chapter. If at all you have any doubt, you can ask to your teacher who will be taking your doubts and your session. Okay, and your uh, notes will be provided to you, your question answers, when your teacher feels that it's the right time to be circulated. Okay, so take a reading, draw the map, go through the names of atmos this what we say oceans and continents, and of course you can draw the diagram also in your chapter, the layers of atmosphere. Okay, thank you.